Hello, my name is Chris Roberts. I'm a class action attorney in St. Louis, Missouri. And today I'm going to tell you what you should do if you get a debt collection letter in the mail. A lot of my clients get nervous or have anxiety about getting a debt collection letter in the mail, and rightfully so. Maybe it's because they've never received a collection letter, or maybe it's about a debt they didn't even know existed, or it's a debt that they don't even owe. Today I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to ease your fears and can actually help you in dealing with your debt collector. First is, if you receive the letter in the mail, is to dispute the debt and request that the debt collector validate the debt. What that means is that you request that essentially that the debt collector send you information showing that the debt is yours, and in fact that the amount they're saying is owed is actually owed by you. By doing this, you do a couple things. One is you get more information about the debt if you're not sure what it is or what it pertains to, or if the amount's even correct. But two is, if you dispute the debt and you request this information, for the most part, debt collectors are required to stop communicating with you. And so that saves you the hassle of being potentially harassed by a debt collector. The second thing that you should do is to get as much information as possible. And what I mean by that is if you know what the debt concerns, for example, let's say it's an old cell phone bill, go back and see what your records show about how much was owed. Maybe you paid the whole thing off, because that will help you in terms of your dealings with the debt collector. The third thing that you can do is speak with a lawyer. A lawyer such as myself or a lot of other consumer lawyers would be happy to look at the letter to see if any provisions of the letter violate what's called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. We call that the FTCPA, and the FTCPA provides a lot of different avenues of recourse for a consumer who gets a debt collection letter. For example, if there's misrepresentations in the letter, if they maybe misstate the amount, maybe the letter's trying to collect the debt that you've already paid, maybe somebody took out the debt in your name and it's not yours. It might be a variety of things. And if the debt collector tries to maybe collect the debt in those instances, you could be entitled to damages potentially for your anxiety, emotional distress. Also, you can get $1,000 in statutory damages. And in addition, you can get any attorney's fees that result from having to bring the case against the debt collector. So I hope these tips help kind of ease your fears and concerns if you do get a debt collection letter. Just remember again to dispute the debt, get as much information about the debt as possible, and speak to an attorney about the debt collection letter to see if there's any recourse that you might have. Thanks so much for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to call or email me.